Hi Year 10s, I wanted to make a video to show you some ideas of how you can answer this essay. So the question is, infant baptism is more important than adult baptism. And you can rewatch the clip I made the other week about some of the arguments for the different sides. But I wanted to use this video to tell you sort of more about the structure, just to remind you again of how to structure the essay, because some of you find that the structure really helps you to know. So remember, you're going to do a super quick intro of just a couple of lines, where you're going to say baptism is when, and just give a short definition of what it is in your own words. So it's when somebody's initiated into the church by the use of water to represent the cleansing of sins, for example. You could use the word sacrament if you want to be smart. That'd be great. And then you're saying this statement is suggesting that, and then you just literally write out that infant baptism is more important than adult baptism, because that's what it's saying, isn't it? And then you're going to say this essay will argue that. It's either going to argue that that is correct or that is not correct. You're either going to say it is more important, or you're going to say it's not more important. You might say it's not more important, they are equally important, or you might say it's not more important, this one is more important. But either way, you're either agreeing with it or you're not. So that's what you'll say there, and that is your thesis from here on in. What do you think? Do you agree with the statement or not? And you're not saying I agree, you're saying this essay will argue that, and keeping it more formal if you can. And then everyone will write a paragraph 4 in agreement why infant baptism is more important. Again, you can watch my video to get those points if you've forgotten. And you're going to make sure you include a quote and some key terms and explanation of this. If you're going for 10, 11, 12 out of 12, so aiming for like 7, 8 or 9 in the GCSE, include 2 quotes or 2 like key terms and key ideas that are religious specific. So you might say something about original sin as well as a quote, for example. And include the strengths or weaknesses of the point depending on your thesis. So if your thesis agrees, then you're going to say why this is strong, because it's the foresight. If your thesis disagrees, either because you think this is more important or you think they're equally important, you're going to disagree with why it's the most important, aren't you? And then you do the same again for the other side. Now you do a paragraph why adult baptism might be more important, or if you want, it could be on why they're equally important, or why adult baptism is as important as infant baptism. Sorry, it's a typing mistake here. Again, you're going to include a key term and a key quote and an explanation. And if you're aiming for 10, 11, 12, which is 7, 8 or 9 in the GCSE, you need to include two quotes, or I'm saying like key information or a key sort of doctrine or religious idea, and then the strengths and weaknesses again. So you're going to link that to the thesis. If you are against this statement because you think adult baptism is more important or you think they're equally important, then you need to give some strengths of this one, okay? Why do you think this is the better argument? Which then helps with your conclusion. So if you haven't done these extra bits, that's fine. Now is your time to do it. And you say in your conclusion, which side is stronger, which one is more convincing, which one makes more sense and has the best evidence and points. And then that's going to make you end on your thesis, because that's going to be what you think about the statement at the top. So you won't have this in the document you've got. You'll have the top bit. I will put this on a separate document so you can refer to it. And of course, you've got the videos I've made before about writing essays and the video on infant and adult baptism. So good luck. I look forward to reading them. Off you go.